Can you give a just a brief introduction about you and your farm and what you've got on your farm and that kind of thing?
Hi, I'm Beth Withers. So I'm not from a farming background. I actually work in the corporate world of food manufacturing, and I have married a farmer who is a sixth generation farmer on a farm called Lowlands Farm on the outskirts of Birmingham. I've been going on my journey from non-farmer to completely involved and becoming an active part, an active role on the farm. We have two young boys who come and help us out now, and the farm itself has a lovely connection because we have a local butcher shop. So we rear beef and sheep on the farm and lots of poultry for the eggs, and all of that then feeds into our local butcher shop up the road, which services all of the local surrounding area.
How many sheep do you have and what breeds do you have?
So at the moment we have about 450 ewes that we lamb, and those ewes are a mix. So we have North Country mules, Texel mules and Suffolk cross mules, and they're just a mix between the few. And then we have a few Jacobs and Swart Bulls because we like those breeds just thrown in for a bit of prettiness as well.
Where do you buy your Charollais rams from?
So predominantly we go to Worcester Market, and that's our local market that we use. But we also purchase them from Mr. and Mrs. Rushbrook.
Why do you use Charollais and what benefits do you get out of the breed?
So we find that crossing the Charollais with the ewes that we have gives a really good, meaty, strong lamb. All of our lambs that are produced go through the shop. So therefore we're looking for a lamb that can give us a really good, high quality end product. And we think the Charollais brings that to our lambs.
Why do you think Charollais work well with ewes? Do you get any benefits through lambing and that side of things?
So we find that with lambing, we find the Charollais take really well to the type of ewes that we have, and we find that with lambing we have really easy in terms of they lamb quite self-sufficiently. With the ewes, it actually mother up really well, and they bring them up to be really good, strong lambs. And obviously that's what we're looking forward to then put into the shop so that we have a high percentage of lambs.
Do you find that they finish quickly when you use Charollais? Do you find that you get them to come into your butcher shop just as you want them?
Yeah, so we do find that they finish quite quickly. So we do tend to, because we have the shop, try and last them throughout the year, which is why we use a mix of various breeds of ewes. So we can go from 14 to 16 weeks is when we first start to finish them. And then we will last those throughout the year to the following year, if possible, where we've got the smaller lambs.
Do you lamb all your sheep indoors or outdoors? How does your lambing work?
So we predominantly lamb indoors, so we have a polytunnel, and then whatever space we've got left in the various cow barns and hay sheds across the farm. We lamb inside because we like to keep an eye on them. In particular, where we have triplets, we like to feed those slightly more. So we lamb in two bunches, and we bring the first bunch in at the end of February. We lamb that bunch, and then we tend to have a little break at the end of March before we lamb the second bunch in April.
Do you record your birth weights and things like that?
We don't actually. We don't record any birth weights or any weights throughout weaning. The only time that we ever record that is just before we get ready and when we bring them in and we're trying to find those fat lambs that are ready to send for slaughter.